Ready to eat. I like it rough. Don't touch my hot pot. Bubbles. Show me what you got. Let's get this thing running. Welcome, folks, to another fun-filled episode of Hot Pot Poddie Podcast. I'm Jenn Tatro, and this is
Brooke,
Holman, your hosts. Today, we bring you an alternative artist from Colorado, known for her emotionally charged songwriting and genre-defying sound. As an artist constantly in motion, she is breaking molds, connecting deeply, and creating something with a profound positive impact. With a foundation rooted in rock and roll and theater, Isabella made her mark as the frontwoman of Ipecac, a Denver-based band known for its high-energy rock performances. She has also recently started doing some solo work and has released a few singles out on the interwebs. Whether performing with a full band or crafting something intimate and stripped down, she's driven by one goal: to make art that resonates and shows that you don't need to be constricted in a world that so often demands conformity. Please welcome to the show, Isabella Osborne. Welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me, and welcome to the show indeed.
We're so excited to have you here. And I wanted to know, tell me a little bit about your new solo stuff that you have out, that you've released right now.
Yeah, so with my solo project, I started it back in September of 2025.
Nice.
And it's really been an amazing experience so far. I've gotten a lot of great feedback and a lot of great reception from it. The goal of the solo project is really just to dip my toe into whatever genre and whatever type of music that I want to. So I originally started it as a means of songwriting and, becoming a better musician, becoming a better writer, because I really, really wanted to create something different than what I had been doing.
Okay.
And
changing it up.
Yeah, exactly. I saw
like
Ex-Ambassadors live.
Okay.
And
where was that at?
that was at the Ogden Theater.
Ooh, nice.
in Denver.
It's a good theater.
Yeah, I actually won tickets to that show free.
Nice. On
from
where?
Channel 93.3.
Oh, 93.3. Give it a shout out. Channel 93.3. There we go.
We love Channel 93.3, honestly, but I won What's in Steve's Can, the segment he does.
Yeah.
So I guessed what was in Steve's can,
Okay.
and I got tickets to Ex-Ambassadors, and I cried like 3 times.
Oh, wow. Okay, so it was a good emotional show for you.
It was fantastic, and I was like, I want to make music like this. Like, I want to make music that makes people feel how I'm feeling right now.
Yes.
And that's how it all got started, I really just wanted to make something impactful and something larger than myself and what I was doing. So it's been really, really amazing so far, and I'm really looking forward to what's next,
Yeah, and then you have a song out called Teeth Song and then Bug Song. Tell me a little bit about those. So those are out on the interwebs right now.
The interwebs.
The interwebs. I've seen them out there. They're great.
the netizens have listened. I just recently learned that word.
The what?
Netizens. Like
What?
internet citizens.
Oh, the netizens.
Netizens.
Okay, I like that.
Yeah.
But then back to these songs. So you've got them out there. What was the inspiration behind these?
So for Bug Song, I wrote that song a year ago in February of 2025, and it was really inspired by my relationships and how I am so scared sometimes of just world conflicts. At the time, there was a lot of talk about the wars in Ukraine, and some talk about like some stuff in the Middle East, and it was like everybody was like, oh my gosh, World War III is coming around, like what if the US is impacted? And I kind of got scared for a minute there. And I was like, oh my gosh, like what if this war that I'm seeing on social media and on TV and everywhere, what if that comes to my house? What if that comes to my home? And what if that tears my loved ones away from me.
Oh, yeah.
Because that's a reality that so many people do go through.
Yes.
And so I wrote Bug Song as kind of a response to that. It's very, clingy in a lot of ways. There's lyrics being like, stay with me, until my fingers bleed from playing songs, professing my love to you. Like, it's very clingy, but it's out of desperation. I know a lot of people have perceived the song as being like, oh my gosh, like this is so clingy, like this is crazy. But it's really meant to be like this desperation. You really just want to hold on to your loved one or your loved ones. And that's kind of the premise of that song.
I like that. That's deep.
Yeah, thank you. And for Teeth, it's a live acoustic. I put it out as a live acoustic so that I could put it out before I have to get treatment. And that song, it's about medical trauma. It's stuff that I can't really elaborate on because I'm not ready to talk about it yet,
Yeah.
But has nothing to do with my current medical status. It's all in the past.
Okay.
And it's really like about this isolation that one person might feel because of how emotional they are. I'm an extremely emotional person. It's a blessing and a curse, I gotta tell you. Because whenever I've listened to certain recordings in the studio with bandmates or with people who I'm working with, whether that's at Evergroove Studio, shout out to Evergroove Studio.
Evergroove Studio. Where's that at? Can you tell us where that is?
Yeah, that's in Evergreen, Colorado.
Okay.
It's with
Evergreen.
Brad Smalling and then Athena. I can't remember. Wilkinson, I believe is how you say her last name.
Okay.
But they're, Grammy nominated and they're fantastic to work with. And so when I've worked with them in the past, we would be listening back on a track and I would start crying because of just the emotional stuff that pools up, right?
Yeah.
I'm very heavily connected to music. But at the same time, it is a curse because it's like sometimes I feel a lot more than other people.
Yes.
And again, it's very isolating. It's very like, oh my gosh, like why am I the way that I am? I remember at one point I apologized to someone and I just said to them, I'm so sorry for the way I am.
I think you should never apologize for emotions. I think
Absolutely.
that emotions are beautiful and they're powerful and they help push us in different ways to do things and make moves.
Absolutely. And I completely agree. It was in that moment that I was just like, oh my gosh, like why am I like this? And so that's really what Teeth is inspired by. It's that trauma element and then that emotional isolation where it's like you feel so deeply that you almost feel like you're too much. And it could also be applicable to kind of this nostalgic feeling as well, where you've had so much go on in your life and things are different now. So it's definitely multi-layered, and there's a lot to that song. And I really, really love that song so much.
Thank you for sharing that.
Also, side note, like screw anyone that says that you're too emotional or you feel too much or you're too sensitive or anything like that.
You're never too much. And, the right person will realize that.
And so you mentioned, you have a lot of emotions coming into it and you want people to feel the emotions that you're feeling when you write this song. What do you want people to feel or take away from your music when you play it?
When I play music, I want them to feel what they need to feel. The worst thing, I think, for anyone is when you keep those emotions inside of you and they come out in some way that's very, very negative. Music is a great way to push music out, to push feelings out there and to push yourself out there and to express the things that need to be expressed. And so when I play music, I want people to be able to feel what they need to feel. Like if they relate to a song of mine and they take joy or happiness or sadness or depression or anxiety from it, that's what they need to feel in the moment, and that's what I want them to feel. I don't want it to be like one single emotion that comes to your mind. Like I know some artists like Sophia Isabella, she is fantastic, by the way. I want to work with her so badly. And she really has this vibe going where she makes everyone uncomfortable. And it's a discomfort that really pushes her messaging of, basically what I like to call it is aggressive feminism. And so I don't want one single vibe necessarily like that. As much as I admire that vibe, I want every single song to express something different. And obviously I want for there to be this undertone of sinisterness, this undertone of darkness.
Nice. I like dark.
When it comes to, my entire catalog, because I'm really into that sort of vibe.
Nice.
But overall, it's just whatever people need to feel in that moment when they're listening to my shit,
That's great. And then when you're performing, you exude a lot of energy. You're on the stage, and then when you go home, and are you just exhausted sometimes after shows?
You don't know the half of it. You don't know the half of it because, like, when Isabella Osborne goes on stage, it's like she becomes something different.
Okay.
It's
your alter
like
ego.
Sometimes I watch back videos of myself, and I don't even recognize myself, whether it's old videos or new videos. It does not matter. Sometimes I don't recognize myself. It's like somebody else comes out, and there's all these characters that come out, and that's exhausting.
Yeah.
There's a lot of steps that I take off stage to ensure that my mental and physical health are where they need to be.
Yeah.
Because if I don't do that, then it's miserable. It's awful. I think that there's more conversations nowadays about how artists are taking care of themselves mentally.
Yes, absolutely.
But even still, like, touring and, I mean, I haven't gone on huge tours, but, like, touring and doing shows back to back, it's crazy.
Yeah.
It's horrible.
It can be exhausting. Can be a grind.
What are some things that you do or like tips you would give other people for their mental health that are musicians?
First of all, eat food. For
Yes,
crying
please
out loud.
eat. Drink
Stay
water.
hydrated.
Yeah.
I remember seeing a video of Lola Young.
Yeah, she's
Love
great.
Lola Young. She
So messy.
like no, she's just too damn clean.
She just wants that one thing. You know what I mean? She just wants that one thing.
That was good.
But no, there was a video online of her fainting on stage.
Oh,
and I've
wow.
also seen other artists like Tyler Joseph from 21 Pilots of them fainting on stage because touring and shows are so demanding. And you don't have time to get enough nutrition. And so for local artists, even if you're just doing like a couple one-off shows or you're doing whatever you're doing, really just like eating food is such a big part of it. The nutrition is such a big part of it. I mean, if you don't eat before a show, you feel miserable. You feel horrible. And so that's the number one tip there. The number two is to go to therapy. For crying out loud. You musicians not going to therapy. What's up with you people? No, it's good to talk about your feelings. I mean, music is a great outlet, but it can only do so much, right? You need that guide. And so that's really the first two steps that I'd really just throw out there, right?
I like those. Yeah, gotta eat, gotta get your nutrition, gotta get some therapy. I mean, just people in general. I mean, you need to do those things. But yeah, when you're grinding, when you're touring, when you're just trying to run on all cylinders, but you're not getting the proper mental fuel and or nutrients, you can't do that. You will probably pass out on stage or feel like you're going to. So that's good advice. Yeah.
Therapy for anyone. I don't know. I love my therapist. I mean, like, hopefully she's not watching. Not in a weird way, but like she's amazing. I'm just saying, like, I mean, there every week. It's just amazing. Everyone should have a therapist. Just saying, like, whether you think that you have, you need it or not, just do it. It's fun. I was wondering, what keeps you grounded and moving forward through everything, especially after talking about what we have?
There's a lot of coping mechanisms. There's a lot of things. I'd say the top 2 things is music and my partner.
Nice.
I don't talk about my partner a lot, actually.
Are they pretty supportive?
Absolutely.
That's
yeah,
great.
absolutely. And so they're a big part of it, but music is really huge. It's not only making music, it's also listening to music. I'm a huge 21 Pilots fan.
Nice. Are you listening to that a lot right now?
Always.
Okay, there we go.
Since like middle school, high school-ish
Okay.
is when I started listening in. But I really got into 21 Pilots in 2024, where I saw them live at Ball Arena.
Oh, wow.
And what's crazy is my partner actually caught a drumstick from Josh Dunn.
What?
You were up there then.
That's
We were
crazy.
Hard to get up there in Ball Arena.
It's, well, and 21 Pilots fans, anyone who is a 21 Pilots fan, you know that you're insane. 21 Pilots fans are crazy. And there's some people who will camp out for days before a show just so that they can get as close as possible to Tyler and Josh, you know,
That's wild.
to try to get up there and try to get on barricade. We didn't do that, of course. They didn't allow for people camping out. They organized a system that year. But really, it's music. And especially listening to sad music, it helps keep me grounded. Music impacts my emotions in a lot of ways. And so there was one time I was having a panic attack, and I turned on Tally by 21 Pilots, and it went away. It was this weird feeling. It was like I was here, and I was like, panic, 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 panic. And then it was just like Tally turned on, and it just went.
There you go. Nice.
It just dissipated, and it changed, and I could feel the emotion shift. And it's not like, you know, this is a, you know, happy song where everything is super great. It's just like a hype song. Tally is a hype song for those who are unfamiliar with 21 Pilots and their song. Tally is kind of like this hype song in my mind. It's a little bit depresso espresso, if you will, but it's not too bad. But it's
so espresso. I like that.
But it's really like this hype song, and so it just dissipated.
Would you say that's your go-to pre-show ritual hype song type thing?
Not necessarily. What's interesting is I listen to a lot of artists. I listen to a lot of local bands, and I listen to a lot of national acts. And it's a good mix when it comes to my playlists.
Okay.
So it's not always 21 Pilots that's on. There's certain songs when I'm driving to gigs that I'll play. Like if I'm driving to Colorado Springs, I play Crywank, if you know that artist. They're a band based in the UK. They're fabulous. I saw them in 2023.
What genre is that, would you say?
I have my own definition for their genre, which is shit music.
Okay.
But they're not shitty at all. They're so good. They make fabulous music, but it's like sad boy or sad girl or sad non-binary. Like acoustic rambling.
Okay.
That's kind of how I would describe Crywank.
That sounds good. Brooke would probably definitely be into
I
that.
love sad people.
Sad
bedroom
daddy
indie
music.
Pop. Yeah. Sad
Well, and you can
anyone.
hear Jay, who's the singer. I had the pleasure of meeting Jay. You can hear their like raw emotion. There's this like guttural feeling. And so when I'm driving to the Springs, I listen to Crywank. When I drive to Fort Collins, I listen to 21 Pilots. When I drive to Denver, sometimes it's Schaefer James or it's 21 Pilots or it's whatever. Honestly, Denver is like where I listen to whatever. Or it's Capture This or Horizon or
Capture this. Okay.
yeah.
Nice.
Yep. Or maybe Fern or Trujillo Company
Nice. Okay.
or as many local bands as I can think of in 30
Just
seconds.
Keep shouting them out. And just saying,
Right?
like, give them
No, let's
some.
keep going.
them some
Left Out.
shout-outs.
Left Out. Lost in the Forest.
Nice.
Oh no, I'm running out of bands in my brain. MF Ruckus. Gentleman Deluxe.
Oh, let's give it up for all these bands.
Yeah, that was a lot.
That was a
more
lot.
than I thought.
That's a
Was
lot.
Impressive.
Well, and then I love the theatrics, and you got some good makeup going on today and the costumes that you wear. And that brings another element to your music. And how did you think that up, or how did you get into that?
Oh, this is fabulous. Yeah, when I was 15 years old, I played my first unofficial gig. And this was during COVID. It was 2020. It was the summer of 2020. It was the summer of 2020. And I was doing this show in a cul-de-sac. We did a little outdoor show. And I was in the bathroom. And I had told my bandmates, hey, I'm going to do some makeup before the show. Like, I'm going to put on some makeup, by the way. And I, thought to myself, oh, what would be good? What would be, something that's cool and quirky? And my brain immediately went to Billie Eilish.
Nice.
And
I like some Billie Eilish.
Oh, she's great.
Yeah.
And specifically, her videos where she has the drops coming out of her eyeballs.
Billie Eyeliner-ish.
Right? So I just thought about the black coming down from her eyes, and I mimicked that look.
Nice.
Because in my 15-year-old brain, I was like, I'm going places.
Okay.
All right? I'm going places. This is going to be good. We're going to do a lot. And, I have done a lot in my music career over the past 6 years that it's been now.
Yeah.
So 15-year-old me was onto something. But I was thinking to myself, if I'm going to be famous, I don't want to be famous all the time. Because in my mind, the reason that you see a lot of mental health problems in artists is that they can't separate the work from their personal lives. They're touring, and it tears them to shreds. You add drugs on top of that, it's awful, especially when you can't get a hold of the drugs anymore. You're going through withdrawals or whatever. But that was really, in my mind, what would be detrimental to my mental health. So I was like, okay, we need to find a way to separate my work life, if you will, with music from my personal life with my family and all the things that I don't want people to meddle with.
Yeah.
So I put on this makeup, and it's worked. Whenever I go to local events, there's sometimes where if I'm not wearing makeup, people do not recognize me. They will look at my face and they'll be like, she kind of looks familiar, but I'm not sure.
Yeah.
Maybe. And they'll be like, and I've even had friends or people who I've known for years. Like there's this one band, one of the band members' parents has seen me perform so many times. And when they saw me without a ton of makeup or with a changed look, they didn't recognize. I said hi. They didn't even recognize me.
Oh, wow.
So
This is like your costume or your alter ego
it's
here.
like Chapel Roan.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
You can't recognize Chapel Roan before she put on all her get-ups,
You're
her
right.
dramatic outfits.
If I saw her on the street, I would not know who she was. I'm bad about that. There are some people that can hone in on people. I'm not that type of person.
Similar to where she came from. She was from Missouri,
Like
I think 2
Brooklyn.
hours south of St. Louis. I was like, I have never heard of that town in my life, and I grew up in Missouri. No, she came out.
No
of
one's
the,
probably heard of your
the
town,
woodworks.
though, either.
No. By the way, it's
Vidalia?
Versailles, Missouri. Should be Versailles, but whatever. Like an hour away
Versailles.
from Lake of the Ozarks. People know what that is.
But you look at old photos of her even, like while she was trying to pursue music,
Yeah.
and she was doing shows
you're right.
locally there, in Missouri, and she looks completely different.
Yeah, I
Absolutely.
probably have to dress a
And
little
so-
different for there, but
Yeah.
she has a costume about her though, a whole getup.
Yeah.
How do you design your costumes when you play, or the way that you're perceived? I guess.
I like to build worlds. I like to imagine where I want things to go. Every single song that I write has a personality, and that's with my former band or without. Every single song I've ever written has a personality to it. And when it comes to costume changes on stage or things of that nature, I want to express the character and the personality of that song. And so I listen to the song, or I play the song, or I sing it, or whatever, and I kind of just get an image of what the personality of the song is, and I can design the costume from there. I have a lot of jackets that have been gifted to me and that I've also bought, and I've also thrifted and everything else. So I'm able to kind of pick and choose. My wardrobe is insane.
Wait, so you kind of see it based off of the song, like how it sounds, you see what it should look like before.
Yeah. And it's not like a synesthesia. Oh my goodness, how do you say that word?
Synesthesia?
Yeah, it's not.
Oh, okay.
It's not that, but I think it's about as close as you can get without actually having that condition and that ability.
Nice.
You know?
Well, thanks for sharing that. And I'm really curious. You mentioned a little bit about of something that you're working on. Like, what are you working on right now?
Tee-hee-hee. A musician never reveals their secrets, but I'm going to reveal it anyway.
I like that. I
It's
like
an ace
that
of hearts.
answer.
I'm working on a lot of songs that relate to my current situation.
Okay.
There's some songs that I'm working on that I've obviously written years ago. I've been writing songs since I was very, 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 very young. Shortly after I started guitar lessons at 6 years old, that's when I started writing songs.
Nice. That's great.
So there's a few songs from last year that I still haven't put out. I canceled my album for this year. I was going to put out an album. I canceled it. And so there's still those songs that I can release as live acoustics or singles or demos or whatever.
Yeah, absolutely.
And so there's those songs, but then there's also songs I'm writing about my current situation and about my thyroid cancer.
Yeah.
So that's really what I'm working on. I'm collaborating with a bunch of different musicians in the Denver music scene, actually.
Oh, wow. That's great.
I love, 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 love the music scene here. I want to expand beyond it. I don't want to just like stay here my whole life and just limit myself. I want to take any opportunity I can get, but I love this scene and I love the people in it. So I'm collaborating with a bunch of Denver artists in the near future. That's the hope, at least.
I love that. That's great. Yeah, thanks for sharing that. That's fabulous. It's always good to collaborate and see what can come from collaborating with somebody with different ideas than yourself.
110% agree.
Yes.
Also in that collaboration, especially with like your experience with costumes and everything, I'm just curious, is there an outfit or a look that you've worn that kind of like stands out to you and that you'll never forget, that you're really proud of?
I am very, very fond of my sparkly silver jacket.
Ooh, nice.
It's sequins, all on the sleeves, all on the front, all on this sleeve, right? And
Get after it.
it's one of the sequences where you can flip it up and down.
Oh, no. I love those.
Those are so satisfying. So, like, you see them on little kids' notebooks as a little
Pillows.
fidgets.
Let's add a photo of that right here.
Yes.
Will. Yeah.
Ching. Yeah. I love, love, love that jacket. That was one of the first stage jackets that I bought. And it came from, I think, a Walmart.
Nice.
From the kids section.
Well, when you flip it, is it changed colors completely, or is it silver and then you flip it and it's silver still?
It's silver and technically white.
Oh, nice. So it changes colors.
So it's not like this huge dramatic shift. It's not like it's blue and then green or something, right?
Yeah.
Or blue and yellow. But it's subtle, and yet it still has this dynamic to it. It's very sparkly. And I love
a good jacket.
love that jacket so much. I'm gonna find a way to incorporate that into something I do into the future. Because that was really a jacket that I wore primarily for Ipecac, my former band. And Man, do I miss the rock and roll life right now. Let me tell you. At the time that we're filming this, I haven't done any rock and roll stuff, so
You're kind of missing that. But I think if you
heartbroken.
do pull that jacket back out, maybe wear it in a music video?
Absolutely.
Question mark?
I love making music videos, and that's definitely one for the video, because then what I like to do with outfits is I like to wear the same outfit in the video as I do on stage.
Yeah.
I hate it when
There you go.
larger artists, it's a pet peeve of mine when larger artists make up a dance or make up a look only for the music video, and then they don't do it on stage ever.
Yeah.
Like, it doesn't exist.
Yeah.
And it's like, this is what people see from you on the internet, but then you
want them to incorporate that.
it's a pet peeve of mine.
Yeah.
I'm picky. I'm very particular.
Somebody who I feel like does pull that off is Chapel Roan. Like, she's
Yes.
constantly doing things like that. So, yeah, I would agree with that.
Missouri. Anyway. Missouri. Anyway, moved to Colorado. But what is the most chaotic or funny thing that's happened to you on stage or behind stage or
In life.
in life in general at all?
In
ever?
life, it's probably having cancer at 21.
Yeah.
That is-
We have
Sorry to hear that.
I've touched
Can I
on it
give
a
you a
little
hug?
bit. Yeah, sure.
Okay.
Hey, can I also give you a hug? I don't want to, be the only one. Sorry, that doesn't. I just,
No,
I
yeah.
was like,
First of all, appreciate you guys asking, because there have been people who have not asked me at shows. They've just come up and hugged me, and it's weird.
Now,
So-
how did you find out about this?
So,
Did you have to find out by your like on your own kind
Yeah.
of thing?
yeah, nobody, in my opinion, nobody discovered my thyroid cancer.
Oh man.
I discovered my thyroid cancer.
Thank God you're paying attention to
And
yourself and to your body.
what's crazy is with thyroid cancer, a lot of the times the symptoms can vary from no symptoms to symptoms that you may not realize, right? Or symptoms that are obvious but you don't know what they are. They could be a multitude of different things. So for me, I haven't really had a ton of symptoms.
Okay.
It's been very weird. There was not a lump on my neck. There was not any sort of like feeling where it felt like I couldn't breathe because it was growing and it was pressing on my windpipe. There was no, me feeling overly fatigued, which are some symptoms that some people experience. The biggest one is the lump on the neck thing.
Yeah.
But basically what happened, and I have talked about this numerous times on social media by now, is last year in 2025, I asked my endocrinologist, who is a thyroid doctor, it's a hormone doctor basically, if I should get a thyroid ultrasound. Because for context, I have had thyroid disease now for 10 years.
Oh, okay.
So we were coming up on 10 years, and I basically said to her, hey, we're coming up on 10 years. I've never had a thyroid ultrasound ever. Should I do that?
Now, when you say thyroid disease, is that Graves' disease? Is that a hypo or a hyperthyroid?
So I actually have both.
Oh,
So I have antibodies for both types.
okay.
And it's something that I have not talked about on social media. It's something that I have kept private because I have rules. That's one of my rules, is that I don't share about medical conditions online. Now, obviously that has changed,
Yes.
but one of my rules alongside the makeup and the, costuming and the mental health routines and stuff, I have rules for how I interact on social media and how I interact on stage and what I tell people and what I share about my personal life. At this time, I don't share like my partner's name. I don't share like what nicknames my family calls me. There's certain things that I just don't share with people in the public eye. And so medical conditions was on that list. And so at age 11, I was diagnosed with Graves' disease.
Okay.
And that's a form of hyperthyroidism where your thyroid is overactive. It produces too much thyroid hormone. Your thyroid is a bow tie-shaped gland in the front of your neck, and it regulates a lot of metabolic stuff and things.
Yes.
So then I actually flip-flopped between having hyperthyroidism and hypothyroidism. They couldn't get it to balance out for a minute. I was really, really sick. I was, 11, 12 years old, and I was just like super duper sick. I had bulging eyes. I had kind of a swollen tummy. My mom said at one point, she was like, "You look pregnant," as like an 11-year-old, 12-year-old, because the thyroid disease did that. It caused like this massive increase in appetite and also this massive weight gain. And I also had muscle weakness and memory loss. Like middle school is a blur for me.
Oh, wow.
Because I can't remember parts of middle school because of thyroid disease.
Wow.
And so eventually what we think happened, and I don't know if this is speculative, but what we think happened is that the Graves' disease and the way that we were treating it kind of killed off some of my thyroid tissue. And so I went hypo. I have antibodies for both, so I don't know. But I went hypothyroid. I've been hypothyroid for the last 8 years.
So then
And
that causes like tiredness, like sluggishness, and
it can. For me, I actually felt better having hypothyroidism than hyper,
Okay.
which is probably because I had less flip-flopping. I've been steady hypothyroid for 8 years.
Okay.
Now, by the time this comes out, I probably won't have a thyroid because of my thyroid cancer and the way that thyroid cancer is treated. But right now, like, I have a thyroid, and I basically asked her, is this something that I should do? Because a lot of people who have thyroid disease, when they're initially being diagnosed, they get a thyroid ultrasound. So I asked her, and she said, "Well, I don't feel any lumps or bumps on your thyroid, so you don't need one. You're good. We could do one if you like, but, it's just kind of an added cost and things of that nature." I have a lot of problems with my old endocrinologist. There were other things that were kind of red flags. But after that, I kind of had a feeling. And so even though my endocrinologist said I didn't need one.
Your intuition was saying otherwise.
Yeah. And I kind of take intuition in my mind is like a gift from God. I'm religious.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's kind of a gift from God, and then at the same time, I think that God can kind of send that your way.
Yeah,
and
you're getting
so,
messages of like,
yeah.
nope, this is not right. You need to go investigate this.
So I went to a functional medicine doctor, and I brought that up to them, and they were like, absolutely. Like, we do thyroid ultrasound standard for all of our hypothyroidism patients.
There you go.
And I was like, well, that's just great. That's wonderful that you guys do that. Because obviously my old endocrinologist did not.
Yeah.
So I got the thyroid ultrasound done in November. I was filming a music video for my song Save Me the day before my birthday, my 21st birthday. I got a notification on my phone. My ultrasound results came back. And there was a nodule. And my lymph nodes also looked weird. They wanted to do a biopsy. And so I got a biopsy done. This is the part where it gets rough. I got a biopsy done on December 31st. And that happened to be the day that I had a show with Ipecac. And it turned out to be our last show. So that morning, I got the biopsy.
Lots of emotions running high.
Yeah. And then I didn't know it was going to be the last show. But I got the biopsy. I went to a rehearsal. After resting for a bit, I rested for a bit. They don't put you under for a biopsy of that nature. But I was still, it's anxiety-inducing. So I was tired from that. And I rested for a bit, and then I went to rehearsal. And then from rehearsal, An hour later, I was at the venue doing the show.
Oh, wow.
And I cried backstage because, I didn't want to scare people.
Yeah.
I didn't want to tell them, hey, by the way, I might have cancer.
Yeah.
Because my nodule was rated a 5 on the scale.
Yeah.
It's the most suspicious.
Yeah.
So I didn't want to tell them, hey, I might have cancer.
Yeah.
Because there was some stuff going on in the background behind the scenes, and I didn't want to scare them.
Yeah.
So I just said to him, hey, by the way, God has given me some new lore. God has thrown a plot twist my way, and I'm not ready to talk about it. So they knew something was up, but I didn't tell them what.
Yeah.
But I kind of hid away. I cried backstage because nobody knew that I might have cancer.
Yeah.
And then I played the show, and I did great. But then 3 days later, the band split up. Some people can call it a breakup.
More hard news.
Yeah.
More emotional things. Lots
Yeah.
of emotions.
So some people call it a breakup. I think split up is the best term, not to ruffle any feathers.
Yeah.
It's not easy
Yeah.
to have band members part ways like that, especially when you've been a band for 6 years. Like, that's crazy.
Yeah.
So, or just shy of 6 years. It was just shy of 6 years.
Yeah.
So the band broke up, split up, whatever you want to call it. And then 4 days after that is when I got a differential diagnosis, which is not a final diagnosis, that I might have cancer. Because the biopsy results came back as indeterminate,
Yeah.
but with everything that was how it was looking, it seemed like cancer.
Yeah.
Because not only did I have a nodule, which I still do at the time of this recording.
Yeah.
You can kind of see
Now,
it if you
does
look
that
close.
affect your voice and or your speaking voice or your singing voice?
So, I think so. I've had some vocal weakness, but the other issue is I actually have a vocal node on my vocal cords right now.
Oh, okay.
So not only do I have a nodule that's here on my thyroid, I also have a vocal node, which if you know anything about that, that's not good. That's not the best. So it could be the vocal node, it could be the nodule, but I think it does. I am very, very scared because there is a chance that I get nerve damage during surgery to remove my cancer.
Yeah.
Because again, like there's the nodule, but I also have abnormal lymph nodes.
Yeah.
And they confirmed that those lymph nodes are cancerous. So I have metastatic papillary thyroid cancer because it's metastasized to my lymph nodes. So the past 4 months, at the time of this recording, again, had been bonkers.
Yeah.
It's like one
Gone
thing
through
after
a lot.
another. But it's also been very insightful.
Yeah.
It's been very interesting.
Well, you're super strong. I'm sorry, but I gotta give that to you. That's insane. You're so strong.
Do you have a planned surgery or anything?
Yeah, so by the time that this episode airs, I probably will have gotten surgery. I need a total thyroidectomy and lymph dissection to remove cancer because the way that you treat thyroid cancer is not chemo. It's surgery primarily and then radioactive iodine. In some cases, some people just do radioactive iodine and not surgery. It just depends on where the cancer is, the extent of it, what the nodules look like, if any, if it's metastasized, if it's not. According to my surgeon, thyroid cancer is the 4th most common cancer for people my age.
Oh, wow.
Which is crazy.
That's good to know.
So I am what's classified as a adolescent young adult cancer patient, where I'm between the ages of like 15 and 39, I believe is the range, where you're in this weird part of your life. You're not a pediatric cancer patient. You're not a little kid. right? Which is awful. It's a whole nother slew of trauma. Mm-hmm. You're not 50 years old, 60 years old, 70 years old, 40 years old. Like, you're not in the older demographic where it's like, yeah, like cancers are more common because you're getting older and cells kind of do their thing. It's at this point in your life where you're doing college and things of that nature. So it's been pretty crazy.
I imagine it's probably pretty expensive too. And the only reason I ask that is because I would like to know if you have like a GoFundMe or anything where people can kind of donate. I don't know. To help with it, because
maybe we should put one together
medical
for her.
fees are very high, especially as like a young person is having this like very rare thing happen to them. And my own personal opinion, the medical system in this country sucks. So if there is a way, right, not trying to get like a political or anything like that, it's my own personal opinion. But yeah, if you have a GoFundMe or anything, would love to give a shout out to that. If you don't have one, would love to make one and let our listeners know, like,
we could donate to it.
I can donate. Like,
I'm on board with Brooke because I've known some people that have gone through cancer, and they've needed something like that as an extra bit of support.
And
so it's not uncommon, and it's very necessary.
And what's strange is the support that I need is unique because of my age group, right? If I was younger and had a different form of cancer, I would have different needs. No cancer is the same. Different cancers have different needs and different treatments. Yes. So as of right now, I do not have a GoFundMe. If that changes by the time this airs, by all means, put a little note there. But I really just want to make music, and I want to raise awareness for this stuff.
Yes, absolutely.
Because the way that I found my cancer, and the whole process has been awful. It's been maddening. Yeah. After that initial biopsy with indeterminate results, we were like, okay, let's wait for the molecular testing. And the molecular testing came back as 50% chance of cancer. It still didn't give me a clear answer whether or not I had cancer. It was only when I did a second lymph biopsy, a lymph node biopsy, that in March of 2026, that I finally got a diagnosis and a clinical diagnosis, and we finally were certain, yes, you have this cancer, this is where it is, this is how we're going to treat it. Yes. So it's been maddening.
Well, I can't even begin to understand what you've gone through, but I'm so sorry that you've gone through this. I'm glad you figured it out, and I'm thankful that you're sharing your story with us today. So thank you so much.
I really appreciate that.
Yeah. I mean that. I really mean that. And then to shift gears a little bit here, I want to know, what is your go-to karaoke song?
Well, just get the Debbie Downer stuff out of the way. We're good. We're moving on. Enough of that shit. Go-to karaoke song, Phantom of the Opera.
Ooh.
From Phantom of the Opera.
Deep cut.
Challenging one.
I can sing it. And guess what? I can sing both parts.
Nice. There we go.
My range, there's some of the lower notes for the men's part are a little tricky for me sometimes. I do need to warm up my voice correctly in order to hit those notes, but that's like one of my go-to karaoke songs.
Nice.
And one of my last questions, I'm just curious, if you weren't doing music at all, what would you be doing, you think?
Aside from spending all my money buying local bands merch and going to local shows every single day.
That's great.
Which I do a lot. I go to a lot of local shows and buy a lot of merch anyway. Some of you guys are draining my wallet. But it's worth it. No, I think I would be full-time author. Nice. I have a few writing projects. It's a little known thing. I've done a few writing contests and won, and I've done a few writing projects and done very well. I'm currently in the process of some writing projects, they take a long time for those big books.
Yeah.
So I've been saying that since like 2023, but they take a minute, all right? Calm down, guys.
Wait,
So
what? I thought you could write it in an hour. What?
Cool with that.
look here, I'm not Stephen King, people. Man's like dishing out books like it's nothing. Like the people who go like this with money all the time, you know, at a stripper or something. Oh, that's a little dark. Anyway, that's a little vulgar.
And then, you know, we've enjoyed having you on our show today. And at the end of our shows, we like to always find out what charity of choice you want to bring awareness to have people donate to.
So there's a great organization called Broomfield Fish.
Okay.
And what Broomfield Fish does is they provide canned goods and food and other necessities for folks who are maybe struggling. It's kind of a food bank.
Nice.
And they provide that foodstuffs to folks who might be struggling a bit and families in the Broomfield area and neighboring areas. They're really, really incredible. You can volunteer there. You can donate. You can donate food. You can donate anything they need. They have a great website that kind of shows what they need and how you can donate and everything like that. But Broomfield Fish.
Broomfield Fish.
It's Broomfield, which is Broom Field, and then Fish, which is in all caps.
Okay.
So
Nice.
that's one organization. And then the other organization that I would like to shout out, because I have two. I got to be an overachiever somehow, is Fuck Cancer.
Okay. Nice. There we go.
And it's an organization. They do a lot of fundraisers. I discovered them recently, obviously with my diagnosis and everything, that basically is there for cancer prevention and awareness. They have a fund that allows for folks who are going through cancer to, it's kind of like a Make-A-Wish sort of situation,
Okay.
where they can help them to accomplish dreams, or they can, kind of give them something nice to do and kind of something good to do. They have a great merch section.
Nice.
And all the merchandise says fuck cancer, which is just a great message in general. But
I agree.
all of the proceeds from that merchandise go to the cause.
Okay.
And they have a lot of stuff about, again, cancer prevention. They do a lot of different events. You can host events. You can donate with just monetary stuff. And they also have a part where if you know someone who has cancer, you can actually submit a little thing to nominate them to be a part of this program that they have. And it just is really badass. It's like this rock and roll kind of punk brand that says fuck cancer. And I may or may not be writing a song with the same title.
There we go.
And, so we could nominate someone, a random person that maybe has been on our podcast or not. I don't know, that we would like to nominate. Yeah, is that true?
I suppose you could.
Okay, cool.
I'm in theory, I don't know what their selection process look like. I don't work for them. It's not sponsored. Not sponsored. Please sponsor. Collab. Right?
Throwing it out there.
I
Let's
am
go.
planning
Let's do
on
this.
buying some merch from them, though, because it is a really cool look. And with the rock and roll roots, come on.
I mean,
Come
you gotta
on.
do it.
I gotta
Yeah.
get something from them. They have really good stuff, and some of it is very well suited for people with cancer who are going through chemo or, transfusion, anything. So some of their merch is very good for that stuff.
Well, thank you so much for sharing that. We've got Broomfield Fish and Fuck Cancer as the charities of choice. And today we have had Isabella Osborne on our show. And you've been listening to Hot Pot Poddie Podcast. I'm Jenn Tatro, and this is
Brooke.
Holman, your host. And we're out.
Bye.
Bye.